The information we have received is that the samples are off the limit. The environment is still unstable, it is unsafe, and it is not appropriate to send rescue teams underground at this time. Whilst I can understand the frustrations of the family members who we met with this morning at 0800 hours, at the end of the day, Mines Rescue are ready to activate when a window of opportunity presents itself. This is a team effort, it's a whole of government approach, and whilst I can understand their frustrations, we're doing everything possible to facilitate going underground. But obviously with the passage of time, hope does diminish, and whilst we remain optimistic, we are focusing on going underground and to effect a recovery, to effect a rescue, and do what we were trained to do.
We expected the air that came out from the hole was extremely high in carbon monoxide, very high in methane, and fairly low in oxygen. We've only had initial samples from it, and we haven't got any trends from it. We will be sampling at about 15-minute intervals, and those first samples are now being flown back and analysed from the borehole. I've spoken to the rescue coordinator up there about 5 minutes before I came in here. He's got that data, and he's starting to have that analysed so that they can start making more accurate decisions on whether they can enter the mine or not. But it's too early to say, and it's too early for him to give me an indication of what those decisions are likely to be. The robot got into the mine, found Russell's cap lamp where they dropped it on the way out intentionally because Daniel was helping Russell, and he's a pretty big boy, and he was helping to carry him out of the pit, and so they got rid of a bit of weight and got rid of his cap lamp. Very encouragingly and quite surprisingly, the cap lamp's still burning. I'm sure the manufacturer will be glad to hear that after 4 days, and that's really good for the guys underground that are still there, because if they've been using their lamps sparingly, then they'll may well have light available to them throughout all this time. So that's from Friday afternoon through till Thursday morning. I've actually lost track of the days, I'm sorry. That it's still operating, and that's great. The robot also picked up some other debris on the ground, but nothing of large or material nature or of any indication. And as I said, Daniel had already walked down that roadway before anyway. The second robot's in about 800 metres, and the vehicle that Russell was driving at the time is in about I think it's about 1,300 to 1,400 metres in, so it hasn't got there yet, but it'll keep on going, and hopefully we'll get some footage of that area, because the next one that's coming, the third robot, I believe, is slightly larger. I've only seen the footage on TV as well, and we'll have to make sure that it can get past the loader that's in the middle of the roadway, so it can be deployed up there, and that's what the guys will be analysing the footage to determine.